of Nevada, the great silver state and the gold. New tales of Nevada, the stories, people working hard to make a home. Old tales of Nevada.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Old Tales of Nevada, Past and Present. We have another great show. In fact, it's a special edition as we count down to our 300th show here on Old Tales of Nevada. And we're going to be talking about the rise and fall of cabaret entertainment here in Reno. We got a couple of great guests to tell us about it. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Hugh Roy Marshall from the Marshall Mint, Virginia City and Reno, Nevada. Come to introduce you to the Let 'em Run Wild Horse Mustang series, which depicts the wild Mustangs herd running free, the mare and its foal, the wild Mustangs fighting for love. These ingots are a limited edition double-struck product on 1 troy ounce 3-pine silver and are only available at the Marshall Mint, Virginia City or Reno, Nevada. Get your piece of history today.
All of us at Shoeman's Custom Cycle are ready to get you and your Harley ready for the road. From oil and tire changes to high-performance engine upgrades and dyno tuning, we at Shoeman's have got you covered with experienced factory-certified mechanics and a full-service machine shop loaded with parts and accessories. Shoeman's Custom Cycle has been serving Northern Nevada since 1988, so ride on down to Shoeman's Custom Cycle at 275 East 4th Street in downtown Reno.
Shoeman's Custom Cycle, we're the biker's bike shop.
Welcome, everybody, to Old Tales of Nevada, Past and Present. We're here for a special edition of Old Tales of Nevada, Past and Present. Let me just introduce everybody. I'm John O'Brien, the host of the show, and with me, our executive producer, here as always, and it's you, Roy Marshall, in the flesh. So good to have you with us again, you, Roy. And our special guest and people who have been involved with the entertainment industry for many years here in Reno, Nevada, but more especially a great friend of the show for all our time doing Old Tales of Nevada, Jakki Ford. Yes. And we've had her on the show. I think this is her third appearance or fourth on Old Tales of Nevada. And then our real sidekick and backer is Larry Elliott. In fact, when you hear our theme song on Old Tales of Nevada.
Old Tales of Nevada.
That's right. Larry Elliott. So welcome everybody to the show. And I think it's going to be a great show because one thing Reno was noted for many, many, many years up till now is entertainment of various kinds. But the cabaret and the lounge acts were so important in the earlier years of the casino business here in town. And we're going to explore that whole thing and the part you had in making such a great success, both you and Jakki. So look forward to the conversation. Before we get into that, though, we always go to you, Roy. And you, Roy, tells us why we've been doing this show for almost 300 episodes. Yes. This is number 292 in our countdown.
We're getting there.
So I think you have this memorized by now. You, Roy, don't you?
No. Well, we like everybody to know why the state of Nevada is important, that they could be proud of it. And a whole lot of the reason is after the Civil War, the United States was totally dead broke. Yeah. And in broken spirit, too. But by and large, we owed $9 million to France, Germany, and England. And if the Comstock boys wouldn't have come up with the money, we may not have had the United States of America. Right. The other great thing that happened here was the dollar was more or less invented by Morgan and his previous sidekick, which has become the major monetary unit worldwide. Yeah. Our dollar measures everybody's currency.
Absolutely. Everybody pays attention to that, don't they?
So we have fame here in Nevada, even though not many people.
That's right. Well, we're the biggest little city.
The biggest little city,
I was in New York City just in the past few days, and they certainly have their claim to fame, the Big Apple.
Oh, yeah.
But we are very unique out here in the West. In fact, in the world. When you think about Reno.
Very much so. We produce 10% of all the gold in the world is produced here every year, too.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? So we have the gold, all the minerals, we have entertainment, we have the casinos. It's just an amazing place to live, and that's why people come here to Reno and they don't leave. Right? How long you been here, Larry?
Over 40 years now.
40 years? How about you?
Gosh. Yeah. Well, Nevada, about 30.
30 years.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. I'm going on 33, 34 years myself. So long time here. And the reason we stay is because we have everything we want here. you know.
Right.
So, isn't that great?
It's warmer than Montana, too.
It's definitely warmer than Montana.
This winter, too.
Yeah, I was over in New York in the past few days, like I said, and they've had a terrible summer. Rain, floods, terrible weather.
Yeah.
In fact, it rained for 3-4 days I was there. And I've showed them my weather forecast for Reno, Nevada. I said, "You see that little round circle there?" I said, "That's the sun." You know, yeah, they were awestruck. But,
I think there were a lot of states that were jealous of us because we didn't have all the tornadoes and the floods.
that's right.
And
We're
everything.
fairly benign
Our
when it
weather's
comes to weather.
Beautiful all year.
Fires, earthquakes is all
You
we
just
have
got to
to
wear a hat when you go out because you get sunstroke. You know?
Yeah. Well, even, after you're here for a while, your skin gets leathered enough to where that doesn't make any difference
Speak
either.
for yourself, John. I'm still using that.
Oh, you're with one of those fair-skinned Irishmen, aren't you?
Well, we still
God.
have our beautiful rivers
Yes,
and
we
Lake
do.
Tahoe. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of beauty, as
Look at
if
this.
no one has
Yeah,
noticed,
Yes.
look at
the
that
Queen of the
show
Nile.
dressed
Show,
up here.
Yeah.
show,
Wow,
show them your jewel right there.
Wow.
You know, your snake.
Is that
Oh
real?
my goodness! Bite me, bite me.
See, Nevada is known for that as well. It's glamour, right?
Oh,
Between
beyond
Reno and
glamour.
Las Vegas.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, Tinseltown, right? I mean, we got it all. So, Jackie, you tell us a little about your history. How did you get to Reno, if you can tell us that, especially as an entertainer?
Well, I was doing some film work in Hollywood, and then I found out about auditions for the MGM Grand, a very unique show, multi-million-dollar production show that was going to be done in Las Vegas. And so I went and auditioned and got hired that day.
Wow, very good.
And it was called Hallelujah Hollywood.
Yes,
Sure.
Directed
Hallelujah
by-
Hollywood, yeah.
directed by Don Arden.
John Arden,
Genius,
famous.
producer, director, creator.
Don Arden.
Yeah, D-O-N-N.
Don Arden's, yeah.
Arden,
Hollywood.
A-R-D-E-N. He's in the Historical Museum. A lot of the pictures from the show
Yeah.
and all. But I also did Jubilee.
Oh, okay.
Jubilee followed Hallelujah Hollywood because each show was going to run 10 years. Mm-hmm. And I did the last 3 years of Hallelujah Hollywood, and then I did Jubilee. I was one of the original cast members of Jubilee, and it ran for 36 years.
36 years.
Yes.
Where? In what hotel?
It was originally the MGM, but then that location, which is now Bally's, was bought by Bally's.
Okay.
And then the MGM Corporation moved down the street or down the road and built a little city.
Yeah, that's
which
for
is
sure.
there now.
Huge
So,
complex.
Yeah, and Jubilee closed, I think it was about 2 years ago.
36 years. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
we
good.
That's an
celebrated.
amazing run.
Yeah.
Celebrated the beautiful legacy, all
Yeah.
the classic showgirls.
Yeah, yeah.
Not cabaret dancers.
Yeah.
These are elegant athletes.
We had the gal who had all the
Well-trained.
dresses for that.
Yeah,
what was her
well,
name?
that was Hello Hollywood
Yeah,
when
that
they
was Hello
opened up Hello Hollywood up
Well,
here.
that's what brought me here
Yeah.
because I was doing Jubilee, and the director Don Arden asked me if I would come and do his show here in Reno.
Okay.
And I said, Reno, where in the heck is that?
a crossroads.
A lot of people
never
ask that. They think
heard
it's
of it.
right next to Vegas somewhere, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, he gave me a ticket to fly in and see
Yeah.
the show, and
Great.
the show was fabulous.
Yeah.
It really was, yeah.
At the, well, now it's called the GSR, Grand Sierra Resort.
Right, right.
But I performed in that huge showroom. For
Yeah.
several
Now,
years.
as you were performing at the GSR with Hello Hollywood, did you do cabaret as well here in Reno?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you did. You
Yes.
you were able to do some part-time
well,
work
not
like
during
that?
the run of the show.
Oh, okay.
During
Okay.
the run of the show, we performed 6 nights a week.
Oh, you don't
We
need
had
any
one night
extra work.
off, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
good.
a lot of work.
Yeah, but so that's fabulous.
But,
So you're here and you stayed here for 30 years.
After
That's great.
that, I left and went to New York and
Oh.
Italy and Greece and Morocco and Japan and
Wow.
France and performed. And then I came back to New York, and then back to Reno.
Wow.
I did a lot of wonderful things in New York. But
Oh.
then I came back to Reno, and that's when I started doing cabaret work.
Okay. Okay.
As a singer, a
Okay.
vocalist. In the show, I was a singer, dancer, actress.
Wow.
I started as a chorus
Multi-talented.
dancer, and then I rose up to swing,
Okay.
which means you can sing and you can dance, and then I rose to principal.
Oh, wow.
And but
That's where the big money was, right? Being a
Yes.
principal. Yes. Uh-huh.
but then the show closed after a certain point.
Sure.
And So I performed at all the various hotels and the ballrooms and the cabaret rooms with duos and trios and quartets and big
Wonderful.
swing bands.
Yeah.
And that's primarily what I'm doing now.
Yeah, that's
Jazz
great.
and big band swing.
Big band stuff, yeah, and that's a great
Yeah.
sound. It's kind of almost turning into a lost art, but you know, it's
I'm
good
trying to keep it alive.
Keep it alive, yes. So
Right,
some of the
right.
most wonderful
That's it.
music ever done, actually.
Like the Valentine
Yeah.
show at the Silverland Inn and Suites we had a couple
Yes.
years ago.
We did a
Yeah,
Still
she sang-
available on YouTube.
Yes, absolutely,
As a
with
matter of fact-
thousands of views.
Oh, yes.
I'm singing Tuesday, November 13th with the big band.
Okay.
17-piece big band.
Where?
In Carson City.
Okay.
And it's at a lovely restaurant,
Adele's? No.
cabaret sort of a room.
Oh, super.
And it's with a 17-piece big swing band directed
Wow.
by David
How about that?
Bugley. It's called the Mild High
Wow.
Big Band, and I'm the vocalist for the evening.
Wonderful.
7:30 to 9:30.
Wow.
But I tell everybody to get there at 7 so that they have a comfortable place to park.
Yeah. What's the hotel? What's the room?
It's called Living the Good Life.
Living the good.
And it's a wonderful restaurant with delicious food.
Okay. Is it right on the strip there? Right?
Frank Valadez used to own the Polo Club here in Reno.
Oh, okay.
And he had a wonderful restaurant, and also in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
But then he and his daughter went in and purchased the property and opened up Living the Good Life.
Okay, super. Well, you can look that up.
So it's right on the Carson Strip in Adams Street.
Adams Street. There you go. Okay.
Yes.
You probably have
Or
a website.
check my
Make reservations.
My website, JackieFord.com.
JackieFord.com. Okay, want to go to Larry real quick before we end our segment
Yes.
here. You started in Michigan somewhere, didn't you?
Well, actually, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Raised in the Bay
It's
Area, you know, and fell in love with the idea of cabaret from all those B movies from the 40s and 50s. you know.
Right.
I thought how cool it would be to,
Yeah.
you know, to play in nightclubs and everything, and you know, and dress nice and everything. And so, when I got the opportunity about 73 to join this traveling road show, that was two dancers, one girl singer, and four guys. And it was called Keep Off the Grass.
Keep Off the Grass.
Yeah.
That was the name of the show or your group?
No, it was the name of the. And it was Dynamite show, you know, snazzy costumes, you know,
Yeah.
dancing girls.
Sure.
A big hit in Montana.
In Butte, Montana.
Oregon,
Yeah. They're still
Washington,
talking about it
California.
today, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, Vegas as well. We did the Sands and Harrah's and at the lake and down here. And
Wonderful. And nowadays, you are doing a lot of special events, right?
Yes.
And you also do a lot of charity work.
Yep, I work the assisted living, which gives me a chance to play the big band stuff that Jakki was talking about.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
love that stuff. You
Yeah.
know?
Larry, when did you learn how to work that thing with all the instruments you have?
Well, I've always been a believer.
What do you call that?
Well, I've always been a believer, like,
one-man band.
like how do you work your shovel and your pick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well,
Well, you pick the thing up first, and then you go with
and
it.
you go for it, huh?
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, yep. And
So you can
and
try one and then play the other one?
There it is.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
job with
I just wanted to establish that you guys have a great memory about cabaret entertainment here in Reno
Oh,
and
tremendous.
entertainment in general in Reno
Sure.
over many years. So I want to explore how great that was and why the casinos did it and why they don't do it today, and what those type of entertainers are doing today to make a living if they are still in the business, you know.
A lot
So
of them
anyway,
are dead.
we got a break here, so let's do that. Well, they're probably on Social Security. We'll be back with more Old Tales of Nevada, past and present, right after this.
Hi everyone, Dave Asher here asking you to commit to buy local this holiday season. Buy gifts made with love, Nevada love. Here at the new Nevada Marketplace in the Reno Town Mall, we have more locals under one roof than anywhere in the state. We have products from over 250 Nevada merchants. You're sure to find a perfect gift for everyone on your list and something for you too. It's warm inside with easy parking. To search for Nevada locals, go to buynevadafirst.com, the only source that's all Nevada all the time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paula.
And I'm Dan. We're the producers of the Tanner's Marketplace Antiques and Craft Shows at the Livestock Event Center on Wells Avenue.
I'd also like to tell you about our everyday location. We're at Somewhere in Time on South Virginia Street. We're Antique Antiques, booth number 46.
You'll find paintings by Nevada artists, collectible glass, vintage jewelry, Native American jewelry and baskets, antiques, and unusual to unique items.
Find it all at Antique Antiques inside Somewhere in Time at 1313 South Virginia Street.
Come see us.
Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Vintage and antique furniture, glassware, toys, tools, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno. Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Vintage and antique furniture, glassware, toys, tools, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno.
Hi, I'm Hugh Roy Marshall from the Marshall Mint, Virginia City and Reno, Nevada. Come to introduce you to the Let 'em Run Wild Horse Mustang series, which depicts the wild Mustangs herd running free, a mare and its foal, the wild Mustangs fighting for love. These ingots are a limited edition double-struck product on 1 troy ounce 3-pine silver and are only available at the Marshall Mint, Virginia City or Reno, Nevada. Get your piece of history today.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
All right, way to go. Well, I can see why you guys were headliners in the day at those.
Well, see, in cabaret, that's what you always did. If you were singing with the girl singer,
yeah,
and usually in small cabaret, it was always 3 guys and a girl. And whenever you sang a love song together, you know, you always were totally in love, and then when it was over, get away from me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're back.
We're always arguing.
We're back here in Old Tales of Nevada, Past and Present. It's our special edition as we count down to our 300th show, and we have Jakki Ford with us and Larry Elliott, all great friends of the show for how many years now? This is I think our eighth year, because we started on radio and then we went to TV so we could show off our beautiful ladies like Jakki Ford, Cleopatra, and we really love it. Larry actually spent so much time and effort on our theme song, Old Tales of Nevada, on the front end of our show. That's Larry Elliott.
Well, as temporary assistant director, I felt it necessary.
Okay, good. Now,
Larry, was there somebody that paid you to do this?
No, I'm glad you brought that up, Hugh.
The
Songs and Legends of Virginia City. I had a chiropractor friend of mine here in town, and Doc Davis, the chiropractor of the stars. He had pictures of
Benny Boom Box, I think.
Anyway, so I wrote a song. I was working at the Long Branch Saloon about 1980. No, it was the assay office. That's what it was. That's where I wrote the first song, which
is now the Marshall Mint.
Marshall Mint, that's right. And I wrote this one song, the Legend of the Long Branch Saloon. And he said, "Hey, that's a great idea. Let's put together a whole album with these songs." So
cool.
Put it together, and I managed to pay him back by selling $5,000 worth of these albums over the years.
Yeah, you must be a heck of a salesperson. That's all I got to say.
Well,
you guys never put it on tape or?
Got it on cassette. We never did put it on DVD or CD, whatever. Our idea was to put it as an advertisement, like in one of the syndicated Bonanza shows.
Right.
What a perfect thing.
Sure.
Until we suddenly realized that the album cost us $10,000 to do, and it would cost us $100,000 to put it on advertising.
But that sort of led you to writing our song for Old Tales of Nevada.
Yes.
Let me ask the director, do we have time to run that song, Old Tales of Nevada, and how long will it take?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Well, let's just move. Let's just play that for a minute, and we'll come back right after that.
Everybody sing along.
Okay.
Old Tales of Nevada, the great silver state and the gold. New tales of Nevada, the stories, people working hard to make a home. Old Tales of Nevada, the great silver state and the gold. Old tales of
That's great. Thanks
You
thanks
like
so
that?
much for doing that, right? You right?
The spirit of Bonanza,
Yeah,
right?
spirit of the Bonanza. That's right. All right. Well, now listen. Let's go back to the cabaret situation that were seen in all casinos, pretty much. But it must have originated right here in Reno, right?
Oh, yes.
Because Vegas was a long time after. So tell me, they had the big shows, right? The big floor shows, whether it be Hello Hollywood, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., but they always had the smaller show out on the casino floor somewhere. Why did they start that? Why did they
Well,
do
that actually goes all the way back to Pappy Smith, Harold's Club.
30s and 40s.
Really?
Yeah, if you see some of those old movies about the guys out in the Pacific fighting the war, he'd always have an ex-employee, and he'd say, "Listen, stick a sign up there. It says, New York City, 6,784 miles.
Right.
Harold's Club, 4,221 miles.
Sure.
And so by the end of the war, everyone was going, "Wow." They'd seen all those B movies where Dick Powell and everybody were singing in a small cabaret, and there's even old movies. I watch them once in a while just to see, like Love in Reno, starring Ann Sothern.
Yeah, right.
And so what Pappy did was he just matched that image of what everyone thought a cabaret or what a casino was like.
Sure.
Well, I go and drink and I gamble, and there's a group playing there.
Yeah. Now, and usually, if I remember back far enough, when I saw the Lounge Act, it was kind of in the middle of the casino area.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. They drew everybody to the center of the hotel. Right. I remember the last one that I actually saw was over at the Nugget. John Esquaga's Nugget had it there for a number of years. So, what was the purpose of that?
Well, the purpose was to generate the excitement. Like the Pappy and Bill Harrow, who had the bingo parlor that became Harrah's, they all knew the psychology of it is that, pull them away for a couple of minutes, to relax them and stuff. Have a cocktail or two, and then come back and take the rest of their money.
Yes, right. It was. I'm sure they had a calculation to it.
Oh, they had a clock. They would have a clock right in the center of the floor, and around it said, "Don't go over your time."
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Because you only played. Maybe you played a 45-minute set, and then there was maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes off, while the next group set up.
Sure.
Or because it wasn't like revolving stages. It was very hands-on.
So there was more than one act that would come in.
Oh, many times. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. Now, some of the great entertainers actually started, whether they be comedians and singers or
Sammy Davis was at the top of the Mapes.
Yeah. Was a cabaret singer.
Yeah, even before. Charlie, which I played a couple of parties at his mansion. He was a crazy guy, but he knew the psychology. You know, and so he'd have Sammy up there, and he opened in *47. It was just after the war, and that was even before things broke up as far as accepting, people of color,
right?
In to stay in your hotel,
right?
And he'd have them up there, and that's where Sammy met a couple of people, and he knew Frank just by walking up to Frank at the end of a gig, and Frank looked at him for some reason.
They had a rapport, and he was part of the Lounge Act. Yeah. Amazing.
His brother.
Yeah.
Yes. His brothers. Yeah. His dad and his brother. Yeah.
And a lot of the comedians cut their teeth in those Lounge Acts.
Oh yeah, Jakki
What was that?
Green.
Jakki Green is one that comes to mind right away.
God.
Very funny guy.
Oh sure.
It started in the old saloons.
Oh,
like
he did.
Virginia City and Reno when it
Who did?
first. The cabaret,
the cabaret
style, where people came, got off their stagecoaches or horses or whatever.
Sure, and they got the dancing
they
girls.
They had the saloon girls dancing and singing.
Yeah.
And so through time, and through 10, 20, 30 years, in Reno got slightly built up a little bit more.
Yeah.
You had the Hollywood celebrities coming in from Hollywood.
That was the big stuff. They were on the big stage.
Filming and coming to see a lot of the entertainers.
Sure.
Because a lot of the hotels at that time were privately owned, family owned and things.
Right, like Mr. Harrah and Spencer Hobson's family.
Joe Mackey
out of
Winnemucca.
Hollywood wanted to relax, come someplace where they could relax and have some fun and gamble and see the lovely showgirls and all the live entertainment, and they could be entertained.
Yeah, it was interesting in those lounge shows. Sometimes they did have shows that were rather subdued. You know, the piano, the singer, that kind of a thing. And then other guys or other casinos had a more upbeat show. Or theme to their cabaret.
Well, part of
it grew.
Part of my experience was that I came from Hippieville, San Francisco, you know, and suddenly here I'm wearing a jumpsuit that's cut down to my navel and everything, and there's 3 dancing girls. I'm going, wow, this is like Disneyland.
Did they provide costumes for you and everything? Like what you're wearing?
Some shows did.
They did,
But if you came in as an independent contractor, you generally had your own wardrobe.
Now, did the staff at the hotel treat the cabaret shows and entertainers differently than they did the big boys, or did you feel like you were respected, and did you have your own dressing rooms, that kind of thing?
It depended. Like bartenders were notorious for saying, "Oh, those damn B flats." Never tip. Well, hell, man, we weren't making that much dough.
Yeah, what would they pay you for a 45-minute act on a cabaret? Say in the heyday.
Usually, the band leader got more. And for us, it was like if we were making $2.25 a week, we were happy as a hound dog.
And how many shows did that include?
Oh, some places like Wendover, you do 7 shows, and then on Sunday morning you come back at 11 o'clock in the morning before everybody went back to to Salt Lake City and stuff.
Wow. That was like the 1970s, right?
Yeah. Is that what you mean as well?
70s.
Now, that's another question. Did the lady singers and entertainers make less than, say, the amazing Elliot here?
Well, 60s and 70s was a little bit different than the 80s. When I came in, the late 70s
you were doing
and
better.
80s.
But
I came into a multi-million-dollar production show that was owned by MGM Studios. Movie studios. And so they had a big budget.
Right.
And so I got paid maybe about $1,200 a week.
Oh, but that's a lot of shows for $1,200 a week.
2 shows
Singing,
a night.
dancing.
We used to do 2 shows a night, 7 nights a week. And there was one night we used to do 3 shows a night, and each show was like 2 hours.
Oh, wow. You earned your keep. Well, listen, we got to take another break here in Old Tales of Nevada, our special edition, as we head on up to our 300th episode, and we have our 2 friends here from the cabaret era, Larry Elliott, and our good friend Jakki Fort. So stay tuned. We've got more to tell and more to say and more to sing right after this on Old Tales.
The beautiful fall colors are being duplicated in the fall collection of fashions at Boutique Elegante. Sweaters are either in the crayon colors for fall or soft muted shades in bark and beige. All of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante. For our cold winter days, jackets and vests are the perfect answer. Faux fur and faux leather are the strong fabrics for this season. Team them with maxi skirts for a beautiful seasonal look. All of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Vintage and antique furniture, glassware, toys, tools, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno. Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Vintage and antique furniture, glassware, toys, tools, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno.
Deluxe Travel, locally owned and operating since 1991, is the home for travel to Mexico and Central and South America. The crew at Deluxe Travel is bilingual, trustworthy, thorough, and caring. They will do everything possible to make your dream vacation the best it can be. Now is the time to book for winter travel, so stop by the office at 100 California Avenue or call 686-7000. You can also check us out on our website at deluxetravelLTD.com.
At Deluxe Travel, we sell dreams. Come in and plan yours.
Hi, I'm Paula.
And I'm Dan. We're the producers of the Tanner's Marketplace Antiques and Craft Shows at the Livestock Event Center on Wells Avenue.
I'd also like to tell you about our everyday location. We're at Somewhere in Time on South Virginia Street. We're Antique Antiques, booth number 46.
You'll find paintings by Nevada artists, collectible glass, vintage jewelry, Native American jewelry and baskets, antiques and unusual to unique items.
Find it all at Antique Antiques inside Somewhere in Time at 1313 South Virginia Street.
Hi everyone, Dave Asher here asking you to commit to buy local this holiday season. Buy gifts made with love, Nevada love. Here at the new Nevada Marketplace in the Reno Town Mall, we have more locals under one roof than anywhere in the state. We have products from over 250 Nevada merchants. You're sure to find a perfect gift for everyone on your list and something for you too. It's warm inside with easy parking. To search for Nevada locals, go to buynevadafirst.com, the only source that's all Nevada all the time. Thank you.
The beautiful fall colors are being duplicated in the fall collection of fashions at Boutique Elegante. Sweaters are either in the crayon colors for fall or soft muted shades in bark and beige. All of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
You have got to come and see our bridal designer collection here at Precision Diamonds. We bought our building, lower the overhead. That means everyday low prices to you.
Under blue Nevada sky, with a hot sun in his eye, Roy walked the elk and wild horse trail. Studied earth and sand, with a shovel in his hand. Struck bonanza, gold and silver, platinum ore. Was an old miner's code for good luck to name the strike, so we called it the Marshall Lode. Golden trail, silver rose, platinum vein, the Marshall Lode. Golden trail, silver rose, so we called it the Marshall Lode.
All right. Well,
Golden Trail, Silver Road.
What do you think of him doing that for you?
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. As long as we just came in with that bump, the Marshall Lode that Larry composed for you, Roy. Tell us exactly why he did that for you. What's the occasion? Why did we? What's the Marshall Lode? I guess is the question.
Well, the Marshall Lode is a new lode which has been found to extend from the original Big Bonanza lode all the way to the Citro mine at the head of 7 Mile Canyon. Yeah. But the big discovery was to discover almost an unlimited supply of platinum.
Yeah.
In nugget form, and we have 3 lodes with it in it, and we have a blue clay layer that extends all the way to the Gould and Curry from the Citro, where it washed into it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're working on. We got 3 or 4 different layers of this stuff.
Yeah. And you know what we're doing? In fact, it's such important work that the University of Nevada is working with you, Roy, to verify and substantiate the platinum discovery up there.
And find the other minerals that are
And the other minerals that are there, yeah. In fact,
Yeah.
Uroy's making a beautiful donation coming up here. We won't say what it is yet, but a nice donation to the University of Nevada. So from that moment on, every time somebody goes out to explore for various minerals with the university, Mr. Marshall's name is going to be associated with that. Every single one.
You remember that we started the Texas Center for Superconductivity at the University of Houston.
Right.
So that Chris over here with the UNR and those folks and the people at NASA and the Pentagon will be involved in this project.
Yeah, so it's opening up. It could be something very historic, and we're hoping it is,
Very
because
unusual
what another unique situation for Nevada.
And they used to know that
that'll make you sing right there.
Yeah, I tell you, baby. Well, you know,
technical computer things now.
Yeah, we have high tech, we got mining, we got so much.
Platinum is really the silver of the old days. The silver was a great thing.
Yeah, now
the beginning
platinum-
of our currency too.
Yeah, to find platinum in massive amounts is a rare find. So that's what we're working on. So anyway, back to our entertaining of Northern Nevada and the world, really, because for a long time, Reno was the center of world-class entertainment, whether it be the cabaret or the the main stage at the GSR, then the MGM or Harrah's in the showrooms there, or the Mapes before that. Actually, you know, the first floor entertaining in Reno was way out on 4th Street at the Lawton Springs. And,
I figured, yeah.
And Mr. Uri was famous for starting and making that an important piece of his entertainment out there. Did you know that?
That was the original highway. But
Yeah, the original Highway 40, went right out there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we have a long legacy of entertainment. So cabaret acts were used to bring people in, loosen them up, give them some free entertainment. Maybe there was a drink.
Food and drink.
Requirement.
Well, sometimes it was a 2-drink minimum, like at Harrah's, where you could see B.B. King, for God's sake, for a $5 bill for 2 drinks.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if people really knew what they were watching. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's great entertainment.
Well, in fact, when I first came to town, this was 1986. There was a guy playing at the Nugget who became very, very famous as a lounge. He played the piano and he could sing, and he wound up going down to Vegas. What was his name? Lee Greenwood?
Oh, yeah, Lee Greenwood.
I didn't know that.
He was a cabaret piano player.
Yeah, but no, this guy sang songs like you do. You know, the Frank Sinatra sound, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
But he was also funny, and he could do all of it. And they moved him out of Reno and took him down to Vegas, and I lost track of him after that.
Yeah.
But he had a pretty good big show.
But that's a good story about Lee Greenwood.
Marino? Danny?
Maybe it was Danny Marino. I don't know.
There's another.
Somebody who's watching us will know who it is and send me an email or something about it.
Okay.
So anyway, a lot of people got their great starts. So I guess the question at this point is why did the cabarets go away? If it was such a great, wonderful thing to have people have a few drinks, get into the gaming area, and keep them there, why did they do away with it?
In one word, corporation.
There was a change from private ownership and the mafia moving out, corporations coming in.
I see.
And in my opinion, the corporations did not know the real value of having great entertainment. That was largely what drew people to the town.
Isn't
not just gambling.
It's still true today, though, isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
it's still
great
true to a certain
entertainment.
point, but the corporate mentality, CPA wise, is that every department has to support itself.
Yes.
And like Pappy Smith and Bill Hare never thought that. They said,
They
"The heck,
cared.
I'll give the food away."
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, that's right.
And
The
that was the
buffet.
fun of
Remember the
it.
buffet for
Yeah.
$2.50 or whatever?
Sure.
Breakfast for $1.
99 cents.
Yeah.
And a roll of nickels.
And people would win at gambling, and they'd give a room for a night, and things like that, and that was the fun of it.
Yeah. Now
Great
everything has to have a profit.
That's the way it was.
And actually, that's not unique to the casino business. That's unique to broadcasting, of which I was part for many years. When it went from private ownership to corporate ownership and large ownership of stations, they couldn't trade out a coffee cup without having a problem. They're so tight,
Well,
how do I make money on that? You see,
with Christmas coming up, I might mention that you wouldn't know it, but I'm Santa Claus.
Oh, you are.
I'm 5-star. I've done it for 35 years. I was in People magazine because I was doing the Hollywood Christmas Parade for 7 years. Got a picture with me and Donnie Marie.
I saw that.
Yeah, Donnie was a nice guy. Marie was kind of but it was a great time, and that's how I actually got that entertainment start. You can imagine here in town, working for the
casinos,
the mall down there, and casinos
too.
But I kept upgrading my image to Father Christmas and the corporates still. They want to turn Santa into a sweatshop. If you go to the mall, look at poor old Santa sitting there
working there for 12 hours
you
a
feel
day.
bad for the guy.
Yes. So now, while the cabaret scene, see what year was the demise, would you say, or the change?
Well, okay,
was it the 90s?
this is like geology, right? Like with rocks. How did the rocks get there to your Marshall Lode? Well, this moved and that moved and it shifted upward and this and that. Well, about 68, there was a musician's strike.
Oh.
And I remember specifically, I was still in the Bay Area, but they were doing the theme songs for like the Smothers Brothers show and other stuff with vocal groups, and you never even missed it.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
here in Nevada, the casino owners absorbed it and realized that they could take the space that was a cabaret and turn it into a keno lounge and make more money.
Oh, okay.
Then the final nail in the coffin was they did another union strike about 80, 82
locally here,
and that was the final nail in the coffin.
Las Vegas fought it.
Yeah. And by then with the big shows, they had started using less musicians and canned music.
Which you see mostly in every show now,
right.
don't you? You don't see the live.
You don't even
orchestra.
see a live band anymore.
No, not even a live band.
Right.
Yeah.
They started cutting down their budgets
for
entertainment, entertainers, and I guess most recently in the last
How do you
10
guys
years.
think? Do you think they were losing money to do that, or do you think that they were just kind of a corporate pinching mode of tightening?
They were trying to attract a certain type of person who would gamble because they thought everything was about gambling, whereas they didn't, appreciate the fact that it was food, gambling, and entertainment.
Sure, so all part of
So
it.
they were trying to decide who to cater to because the old school crowd was dying off and leaving or going on cruise ships.
Right.
And so in the 80s, 90s, no, say 2000, they started catering to families, and then that worked for a little while, but then the more sophisticated crowds got annoyed with all the kids and everything. So then when that didn't make them a huge profit, then they started attracting younger people in their 20s and 30s and 40s who wanted to come to town and enjoy the clubs.
The clubs, the real sophisticated nightclubs.
Or they would come for the award shows, music award.
Right, special events.
Shows,
yes,
special events.
Yeah, so, but there still is a great draw for the type of entertainment that you both did and do. And we want to talk about that when we come back from our break. But it's so sad, not to be able to walk into a casino show of any kind and not have the live
see a great act
musics and the live acts.
Or you personally even being recognized.
Exactly,
Now, there's an old trick in cabaret that, hey, how's it going, bud?
Yeah.
You don't know who the hell this guy is.
But like an old friend.
Feel good.
Some of them might be an old friend. They're in there every night.
There's a connection.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's take our break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to hear something from Jakki as we come back in at one of our special shows that we had with Jakki. So stay tuned. More Old Tales Nevada, past and present, coming your way.
You have got to come and see our bridal designer collection here at Precision Diamonds. We bought our building, lower the overhead. That means everyday low prices to you.
Hi everyone, Dave Asher here asking you to commit to buy local this holiday season. Buy gifts made with love, Nevada love. Here at the new Nevada Marketplace in the Reno Town Mall, we have more locals under one roof than anywhere in the state. We have products from over 250 Nevada merchants. You're sure to find a perfect gift for everyone on your list, and something for you too. It's warm inside with easy parking. To search for Nevada locals, go to buynevadafirst.com, the only source that's all Nevada all the time. Thank you.
Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Vintage and antique furniture, glassware, toys, tools, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno. Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Vintage and antique furniture, glassware, toys, tools, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno.
The beautiful fall colors are being duplicated in the fall collection of fashions at Boutique Elegante. Sweaters are either in the crayon colors for fall or soft muted shades in bark and beige. All of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
Hey everyone, the annual Magic of Santa Christmas Craft Fair is this weekend. Come find wonderful handcrafted gifts and get your picture with Santa. We'll have raffles and fun prizes donated by the vendors every few minutes. This weekend at the Reno Livestock Event Center. Happy holidays!
Hi, I'm Hugh Roy Marshall from the Marshall Mint, Virginia City and Reno, Nevada. Come to introduce you to the Let 'em Run Wild Horse Mustang Series. Wish to picks, the Wild Mustangs herd running free, mare in its foal, the Wild Mustangs fighting for love. These ingots are a limited edition double-struck product on 1 troy ounce 3-pine silver and are only available at the Marshall Mint, Virginia City or Reno, Nevada. Get your piece of history today.
You have got to come and see our bridal designer collection here at Precision Diamonds. We bought our building, lower the overhead. That means everyday low prices to you.
Hey everyone, the annual Magic of Santa Christmas Craft Fair is this weekend. Come find wonderful handcrafted gifts and get your picture with Santa. We'll have raffles and fun prizes donated by the vendors every few minutes. This weekend at the Reno Livestock Event Center. Happy holidays!
For our cold winter days, jackets and vests are the perfect answer. Faux fur and faux leather are the strong fabrics for this season. Team them with maxi skirts for a beautiful seasonal look. All of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
You have got to come and see our bridal designer collection here at Precision Diamonds. We bought our building, lower the overhead. That means everyday low prices to you.
Who's saying home means Nevada in school?
Follow the old Kit Carson trail until desert meets the hills. Home means Nevada to me.
All right. Well, hey, that was a great performance by you two back there. That was the Big Bonanza show when we were honoring Scott Jolkover and Lance Gilman with the Big Bonanza dinner. And you guys
Bonanza
were...
Kings, wasn't it called the Bonanza
Bonanza Kings. Yeah, they won the big award, both of them. So
Home means Nevada to me.
all right, that is Rocks the Fox.
Rocks the Fox.
Rocks the Fox, and that's our mascot right there, Lady.
It's Lady.
Lady, honey.
Who wants
She's
the
very
fox.
She likes me.
She likes me. At least somebody likes you, I guess. Huh?
I got a date.
Yeah, but that's part of your show, right? Now, Cleopatra over here, Jakki Ford, and Larry Elliott, both cabaret entertainers, and part of that was the costumes you would wear, right?
Yes.
And some of just stick you used to do with the show. And same with you, Larry, right? I mean, you were a ventriloquist, you dress up like Elvis, you would do imitations, right?
He's the best.
I know.
Santa Claus for Christmas.
That's right. And he's going to be Santa Claus for Christmas, right? So did you bring that out in every show?
No, actually, Rocks here was invented by the Andrews that used to own Channel 21.
Oh.
Well, actually, there was
Channel
a dentist.
21. Okay.
Yeah, there was a dentist, and they called me up one day. I'd done a little comedy for one of their birthday parties. And they said, hey, you'd be great. We wanted to have a little puppet, and so I went out and had Rocks
made,
created, cloned or whatever.
Yeah, now it's all animation. See, even that's gone.
Animation,
yes, animation. Right. And so I imagine, like you, Jakki, when you did your cabaret acts, you would change, or you would go into a costume like this, right?
Sure.
For various kinds of shows
costumes.
And themes that whatever you would
theme,
do.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me bring you up to modern day. What are you all doing now to keep this genre of cabaret style shows alive? What are you doing, Jakki? You're doing
I'm doing a little bit of traveling between New York and Vegas.
Okay.
But I'm going to expand and look for other venues since it's kind of slow here for almost everybody.
Is it really?
And that's kind of what we have to do now since a lot of us are independent musicians and artists, and it's proving to be to your advantage.
Okay, to travel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just don't sit here and
occasionally
wait.
there are events here, like I mentioned earlier, that I would do, or like I'm singing with the big band on Tuesday and things like that. But they're not as often.
Right, because it takes a lot to put something like that together.
It does. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and to get a venue that works.
You have to stay in shape. You have to keep your vocals up, and things so that you're ready for those beautiful opportunities. But they're not as many. So a lot of the musicians here in town in Reno have put together a little group.
Come on, lady,
and we're
get down.
discussing, what we can do to help get ourselves promoted and seen and booked.
Sure. Looks like they have a little love affair going on here. We may have some juniors running around here, some junior Roxy Foxes.
Yeah. No, she's not my type or my species to that matter.
A lady fox we may have here.
No. Well, I tell you, after I left Channel 21, I went on my own. And that's where I stayed, alone and on my own.
And out in the woods. Alone and out in the woods.
That's right, pal. That's right.
Yeah, so it must be nice to come back to town once in a while and see somebody like Lady, who's a real lady.
I tell you, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
There you go.
They don't make movies like they used to.
No.
They don't make television like they used to.
They don't make foxes like you either more.
No, they don't.
Well, this is great. So, and Larry, where are you performing now? I know you do senior citizen centers, but there's more to you than that. You also do other shows as well, right?
Well, it's so funny. There's a group that we have a jam session out at Kelly's Sun Valley Bar on Sundays.
Oh.
And it's like, people ask us, boy, you guys sound great. Have you been rehearsing? I said, no, we never rehearse on anything.
Jump in there and do it.
No, because it's like all these guys in the show, in the band, we're all doing the song list from 30 years ago.
Right.
So
it comes back. It's like riding a bike.
Travel. Well, you do it. A song 3 times a night. 6 sets, which in those days sometimes it was 6 hours, six days a week.
Wow.
Yeah. And so you never. There's a part of your memory that never forgets.
Yeah. How many songs can you catalog in your mind, do you think? We did a show with one lady. I think she had the Guinness Book of World Records for it. But how many songs can you just sing off your cuff? Like, Jakki, do you...
Oh, my gosh. I know.
Do you ever count? Did you ever do it? Try to figure that out? Hundreds?
Kind of, sort of. Oh, gosh.
And it just comes to you, huh?
Over 1,000 songs.
So an entertainer like both of you, that just happens in your mind.
Well, some performers are naturals. They have a natural gift and ability to do things on the spot. No matter what size the crowd.
Yeah.
And there are others that are trained technically, but they can't improvise or do things on the spot.
Right. And I think for a cabaret singer or comedian or whatever, you got to be quick on your feet.
We've been trained sort of the old school way, where you can ask us to do something in a moment.
Yeah.
Something like you could do with Sammy Davis Jr. and people like that were in the theater, and show business and entertainment, vaudevillians. They would be able to do things on the spot because they did it trained for 20 and 30 years.
Yeah, you may go in there with a certain mindset and a certain program, but then you realize this audience does not get it. Right. So I got to move it here.
Off the stage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I think really, what's happened too is that we've lost the romance of it. Perry Como, Andy.
Andy,
that was the mindset that I had when I wrote the Marshall Road.
The romance of
I'm sure that you sweated yourself into a dither walking around out there in the desert finding
finding those nuggets.
Yeah. But I'm not going to talk about the sweat. I'm talking about there it is.
Yeah. So let me ask this before we go too far down the road here to the end of the show. Jakki, you're still active. You're still doing the shows. You do a great show, as we all know, because we've experienced it. If people want to book you for special occasions, things like that, how do they get a hold of you?
They can go go to my website. www.jackiford.com, and
Okay.
that's Jakki.
Okay.
Ford like the car.
All right.
And usually you'll see a post of where I'm performing, lots of pictures and
super.
videos and things.
Thank
Or
you.
they can call my line at 775-337-0948.
Okay, super. And then you...
And I do specialty acts too.
Oh, okay, so great.
There you
So you
go,
can tell them
yeah.
all about that.
This is-
And
Don't
then,
forget, I'll be appearing at the grand opening of the Marshall Mint Reno location.
Oh, yeah.
Soon.
Yes,
Don't forget
soon.
Christmas is coming up.
Yeah, what did you say? You're right, as
Yeah.
far as the opening, it's going to be right before
Next
or right
week.
after Christmas?
Next week.
Next week he wants to start.
Next
So,
Oh,
week.
good.
now tell him, that's at the Reno Town
Reno
Mall.
Town Mall.
Used to be
First
the old
place on
town
your right.
mall.
Yes, it will be on your first page on your
Yeah.
right, but it won't be in Virginia City. It'll
No,
be at the
it'll be
Reno
in
Town
Virginia
Mall.
City.
Oh, yeah, that's
Town
great.
Mall.
Yeah.
Moving to a location near you.
Absolutely. So this has been a long-awaited event, and we're all looking forward, and we hope our viewers will support the Marshall Mint down here in Reno. And what a perfect time to open up, right?
Sure.
Because you'll have everything there for,
Oh, yeah.
for anybody's gift.
All kinds.
So that's
So
really
you have
great.
another store there for the Reno locals?
Yes. It's,
right
it's
next to it, I think, in that
Nevada
store.
Marketplace was fabulous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another great friend of the show, Dave Asher, opened up 20,000 square feet over there
Yeah.
with 250
And he has
different
some
vendors.
of my CDs over there, too.
Yes, he does. Yes, he
All that
does.
stuff.
So you two are really great entertainers, but also entrepreneurs, and we always give kudos to our entrepreneurs because they generate so much good for the community. I know you give back. You do a lot of free work, a
I
lot of
do
charity
a
work.
lot of big charity
like
work.
this right here. I know you've done work for people in the city and special
yeah,
groups.
I was at the Silver Legacy in
Yeah.
the ballroom last week for Disability Resources.
Super.
Fundraiser
And what a cause.
to help the
Great
disabled.
cause. Yeah.
And then I sang yesterday at the Atlantis in the ballroom
All right.
for the
Yeah.
TW Theater Works of Nevada,
Right.
Northern
right.
Nevada.
And you do that gratis.
It's a youth
It's-
organization
And Eddie does, or not Eddie.
that teaches them
Larry.
about the performing arts.
What's your name again? You've been gone from the stage so long. Larry the Amazing Elliott.
And Rocks the Fox.
Rocks the Fox.
And Rocks the Fox. But you also do a lot of gratis type work for people.
Oh, sure.
Like
sure.
us.
Yes.
Because we're nonprofit as well.
Well, the joke is in the entertainment industry, you know, is that we're almost a nonprofit. You know?
Almost a nonprofit.
Almost.
Yeah, just enough there to give the IRS a little bit, right? And they deserve a little bit. So, but anyway, we want to congratulate you for your longevity
Yeah, definitely.
and success.
Thank you.
In the Reno market as entertainers. It's so nice to have that history, you know, of what it was like and how you dealt with all the good and the bad of working with casinos and the corporates
and the
change
trust.
and all of that. But you're still here and you're still bringing a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment to people, and we appreciate that very much.
Most definitely.
And we want to wish you the best as you go forward. But for all of us, you, Roy, thank you for being in the show. To all of us for our 292nd time, moving towards 300. And for Jakki and for Larry and for myself, John O'Brien, we want to wish you all a great Nevada Day today.
Nevada Day.
And we'll see you next week for another special edition of Old Tales of Nevada, Past and Present.
Under blue Nevada sky, with a hot sun in his eye, Hugh Roy walked the elk and wild horse trail. Studied earth and sand, with a shovel in his hand. Struck bonanza, gold and silver, platinum ore.